the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and this is not what I thought it would be, so give me just a second here. I have no idea what has happened or why. Hey! Fixed it on the fly. No idea what that was all about. Welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, where we have no idea what's happening. My name is KR Stolfus. In the booth with me tonight is none other than Travis Elliot. How you doing, Travis?
Apparently better than you are tonight, KR.
Well, it got off to a rough start, but we're underway. We're good. We're good.
That's all that matters, yeah.
I think so. I think so. All right, well, qualifying is underway for race number 3. Tonight is the Bumpy Road 250. It's the first time here in season number 10 that we come to the Daytona, quote, Rallycross, unquote, track. And, man, these drivers are excited for it. Everyone's looking forward to a solid run here tonight. Drivers have gone out and started to lay down their lap times right now. The 6 of Cody Nagels on pole with a 50.99. He is the only driver in that sub 51 second bracket. And Travis, things are happening very fast right now. But what have you been watching so far?
I'm just riding on board with Casey Gilchrist, seeing where he's gonna pop out during his lap time. He's about to come out of turn 4 right now. We'll see where he gets to jump up to the chart. Cody Nagel still your pole sitter with that sub 51 second time. And it looks like Casey Gilchrist is going to be running the exact same time as the one car of Zach Lima for 17th place.
All right, well, that all being said, guys, we're going to step away from the national anthem. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back with tonight's starting lineup.
so proud stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Drivers have started to roll out, so let's get right into tonight's starting lineup. On the inside of row number 1 from Team Bootnaka, that is the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. He kicks Cody Nagels out of the top spot, and Cody gonna start on the outside of the front row. Tyler Miller, Sean Stevens, row number 2. Row number 3, Hunter Reynolds, Josh Milam. Row 4, Richard Sanchez, Sebastian Merritt. Row 5, Steve Korosek and Kevin Freis.
In row number 6, the 12 of Zach Fritsch, and the 63 of Logan Hilton. Row number 7, the 04 of Mark Mann, and the 77 of David Booth. Row number 8 is going to be the 95 of James Mayer, and the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Row number 9 is going to be the 44 of Anthony English, and the 88 of Gabe Butler. And in row number 10, the 1 of Zachary Lima, and the 31 of Casey Gilchrist.
Zach Workman, Eric Laurie, row 11. Jeff Crosby Jr., Vicente Guerrero, row 24. Row 13, Randall Cobb, John Guerrero. Row 14, Les Levy, Richard Kuhn, and Sean McCara and Brian Anderson make up row 15.
In row 16, the 5 of Bob Lacavara and Crosby Sr. In row number 17 is going to be the 13 of Andy Brigante and the 9 of Nate Warren. And row number 18 is going to be the 00 of Rob Connors and the 4 of Rick Seabrands. And then it's going to be, after Rick Seabrands, the 05 of Brian Lang and the 46 of David O. And rounding out the last bit of the field, the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. And KR, my scoring and timing changed, but I'm sure you can update us.
It was Dan Harrington and Jeremy Funk.
And the green flag flies, and we have the 40 of Peter DeBorgia dropping down, taking a big lead off the rip. 24 of Tyler Miller going to jump up to that high side. Take that run that the 6 is giving him. Now KR tonight, and it's been this way ever since I've been in OP. You want to be in this middle lane, and we'll see if people will relinquish this middle lane or if they're going to stick with it all night.
Yeah, I don't know what's about to happen here tonight, but it is going to be an exciting time. Peter DeBorgia in the 40 started on that pole position, and already the 24, Tyler Miller, has supplanted the 6 of Cody Nagels as the lead car in the second lane. So here we go. They're already jockeying for position as we finish lap number 1. We start our second lap of the night, and it's only going to continue to go up from there until we get to the end of the race, because that's kind of how racing works.
That is, in fact, how racing works. Now, KR, I see we already have one car in the pits. I believe that is the 00 of Rob Connors. I don't think he took the green flag. And we also have the 44 of Anthony English already off of the pack right now, so not sure if he started from the pits or if he just lost the draft there.
I think the only one who started from the pits was Rob Connors, and I do believe Anthony English has fallen behind due to misfortune. But let's go ahead and back this up for a minute, see if we can find out what happened to the 44. Yeah, Anthony English in the middle of the field here. Green flag comes out. He's down on the bottom line. Not seeing it here just yet. Rob Connors already on pit road. So something happened to the 44. We're watching him from the start here, as the field is still green outside of this replay, and the 44 just drops down to the inside, wants to get to the tail of the field.
He just lost the field?
And lost the field, timed it wrong when he tried to rejoin.
And he's starting from a very precarious spot, as the 24 Tyler Miller is still your leader. That outside line, though, surging back strong. The 27 of Sean Stevens making an appearance up front. Now behind the 6 of Cody Nagels, and there's a checkup. That's going to cause a
big wiggle
nice
in the middle of the
there.
pack. You get that accordion effect.
I don't know. That looked like the 04 Mark Man checked up just enough, and you see how detrimental that was to the line there. 6 Cody Nagel is going to drop to the bottom with a good push from the 27. And Kara, that just shows you how strong that middle lane is tonight, and it's going to be the lane to beat.
Dan Harrington had a big moment into turn number 1, set the fastest lap of the race so far, and then goes into turn number 1 on the high side. Looked like he got loose, tried to get down to the inside, but there was a car there, yanked the wheel to the right. Somehow he keeps it off the wall. He does have a little bit of damage to the right front, so maybe he rushed the wall just a little bit, but man, big moment for the 82 right now, having the fastest lap of the race, finds himself in 33rd spot. We started 40 cars here tonight, so we'll see if Rob Connors can get out there, 41st car in the field right now. But Rob Connors, the only car not out on the speedway. We ride on board with Dan Harrington, and Travis battle at the front. Sees Josh Milam up ahead right now.
Yep, that outside line just doing work still. Tyler Miller, who was leading that inside line, now 4th in line on the bottom. That's going to give the lead of the outside to the 63 of Logan Helton. And it wouldn't surprise me if before too long Logan drops down in front of the 7 of Josh Milam. Yeah, the outside is just so dominant around 08, and it's showing its strength already, and we're not even to lap 10 yet.
The 7 and the 63 side by side into turn number 3. Josh Milam in the 7. Logan Helton turned in the 63. Smacks hard into the outside wall. The first caution of the night. Everyone behind them. Chaos. And there we go. First big one of the night, and it is a big one. Multiple cars scattered everywhere around the track, and that started at the front with the 63 of Logan Helton. Looked like he got a bump draft that he could not handle, or at the wrong angle, couldn't see what it was. It happened so fast. But dang Logan Helton already into the outside wall here to open up this race.
Yeah, had a little bump. That's all it takes, especially when the car's already unsettled from the bumps at 08. It just adds to the chaos of the track. That's just what happens, and you could see that by the carnage that happened after the wreck too.
Yeah, lots of carnage in this one. Let's go ahead and back this up. Well, maybe we can go a little bit further. Let's try here. Let's see what happened here. The 77 of David Booth. Looks like David Booth got a little bit of a wiggle. And because of that, got offset on Logan Helton. And then everything went sideways from there.
That's all it
Take
takes.
another
Just a
look here.
little wiggle.
On board with Hunter Reynolds in the 26. You can see he got out of it. He got hit from behind. And then he spent a lot of time looking at the outside wall until he gets smacked by someone who was trying to slow down, but so hard to slow down from 190 to 0.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
One more look at this here. You see the 63 and the 77 make contact. And then everyone piling in. Guys at the back, they can't see what's happening. The guys in the middle and the front, or from where it happens, the closest ones, they start slowing down. But the further back you go, the less you can see what's happening. And so that's how that stack up happens. Josh Milam winning the race off of pit road. Everybody came down pit lane. The only drivers who are still on pit road were the ones who got caught up in that crash. They're all trying to fix their race cars as much as possible. They want to survive to the end of at least stage number 2 before they burn the fast repair, but you got to use that fast repair when you have to. So let's take a quick look at our race info for our Bumpy Road 250 presented by Butt Kicker. Tonight, this is the Bumpy Road 250. That means you have got to race the track as much as you race your competitors. What that means is give some space, pay attention to where your line is, and keep your head on a swivel and those elbows up. Make sure you make it to the checkered flag, because otherwise, what are you doing here? You kind of just wasting your time. Our stages are going to end at lap 25 and 50, and drivers have one fast repair available to them here tonight. So Travis, first caution already here happening as we complete lap number 10 and take the green flag at lap 11. Lights are out on the pace car. And boy, it's gonna be one of those races, because this track, you do have to race it.
Yeah, every season 08 is the first 08 race of every season is always going to be a little bit more chaotic than the rest, just because everybody's trying to find the happy medium that everybody feels comfortable racing at. But hopefully that's just them getting their nerves out, and we're gonna have a good race the rest of the night. But it's 08, baby. Anything can happen.
All right, lights are out on the pace car. They are making their way off of turn number 4. Pace car going to peel off for pit road this time. And here we go. Josh Milam from the outside lane gets his foot hard on the throttle with the 27 of Sean Stevens down to his inside. Here we go once again, Travis.
Heading into turn 1, still side by side. The 6 of Cody Nagels pushing on the 27 of Sean Stevens. The 1 of Zachary Lima pushing on the 7 of Josh Milam. Coming through turns 1 and 2 onto the back straight, still dead even. The 7 gets a huge run coming out of the turn. That's going to get him clear. Maybe even get the 1 clear if they push a little bit harder. The 7 of Josh Milam staying up high. Josh has so much experience. I didn't surprise me that he stayed up because there is so much speed on that high side, and as long as you have a couple people behind you that will stick with you, you can run that high side and just run away from the pack. As Josh Milo still clear to the bottom if he wanted to. The inside starting to claw back now, coming to the exit of turn number 2.
Down the back stretch they go. The outside lane proven to be just a little bit better right now. Sean Stevens in the 27, hanging tough on that yellow line. I do believe this outside line is going to be the dominant line here at the Rallycross Daytona, or the Legacy Daytona, however you want to call it.
It's the Rallycross Daytona. We can call it that. I've run a few rookie rallycross races around here. They're pretty fun. But we're still the exact same way we were last lap. A lot more cars jumping to that outside line, KR. That caution probably shook up pit strategies just a little bit. Might be close. They might not have to stop, so we might see a little bit more racing here. Inside line still fighting back the best they can. The six of Cody Nagels isn't quite to the bumper of Sean Stevens, so that could be a factor, but he could also be trying to keep that car cool, KR. It's a pretty cool day today. Only a track temp of 83 degrees, so pushing is definitely on the menu during the race. And you can see they're starting to get a little bit more momentum on that inside line. A couple more cars joining it. But they're still dead even, and that outside line is still just so fast. Josh is once again clear that inside line.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to give it up, does he?
No, and I wouldn't expect him to. Ever since season 1 of 08, the middle line that Josh Milam is running has always been wicked fast. And even so, that running the wall is sketchy as it is just as fast as that middle line, as long as you have people to give you a little bit of space. But 3 wide is few and far between here. It's for the brave and
the line between stupid and brave is very thin.
It's very, very, very thin. It's very bumpy up there also, and these cars bottom out when you get up there too, so you have to, you just got to do it, and if whatever happens, you just got to live with it, because it's bound to go poorly. A little bit of a wiggle by the 6 there, KR.
Cody Nagels in the 6, that second car in the inside line, gathers it back in, keeps his foot in it, stays behind the 27. What you may not know, what the 7 is doing right now is he is controlling the race. He is in control of this race. As long as he does not drop down to that inside line, there really isn't anything that anyone else can do. He's making that car very wide. He's denying access to the 3rd lane for the moment. That inside line, now that it falls back a little bit, allows the 1 or the I of Zachary Lima some opportunities, but he elects to stay behind the 7 as well. So that 7, as long as he stays in that lane, can keep this field behind him, because that is the dominant lane, and Sean Stevens is more than happy to just run right there as well. He's doing all he can, though, to try and take that lead away, but that bottom lane not as strong, so it really is in the hands of the 7 right now.
Yeah, and with the 1, with Lima not leaving Josh there, even though he was clear, I mean, you can just see the strength of that line. The 6 of Nagels is not, he's not pushing. It's just, you can't do a whole lot trying to get a big run, and Josh is still just holding that lead, almost 2 car lengths on the 27 there. And it's allowing, like you said, him to just hold the race lead. Nobody, the lines haven't moved since 5 laps ago when he started doing this, and if they don't have to pit, which I'm assuming they don't, it's probably going to stay like this until the end of the stage, unless we get a couple brave souls going to that lane 3, which I see a couple in that top line.
Yeah, but I mean, that 7 is making that car really wide down the straightaways, because he's not pinching the 27. He doesn't need to pinch the 27.
Nah.
So he is riding right down the middle to where it is keeping everybody honest from thinking about a 3rd lane.
Yep, he's using the momentum on the exit of the turn, just allowing the car to just naturally roll up the corner and just maintain his speed. That's why he gets such a big run on the exit, where the 27 and all the people on the bottom have a handful of a race car. It's bumpy. You have the apron is not very well. The yellow line on the apron on the bottom is not very consistent on 08. There's a couple spots where the line is not perfectly in a line, if that makes sense. And
it does. And here's what I'm going to say the 27 is doing wrong. He's got a bunch of room to his outside from the 7. He is not using that track to his advantage. And here's why he's not. Because the moment he leaves that yellow line unprotected, the 6 of Cody Nagels is going to stick his nose in there.
Yep.
And that is why I am saying the 7 is in control of this race in that lane. He has picked the dominant lane, and it has everything going his way right now. And until the 27 decides to try and start forcing the issue, nothing's really going to change.
Little bit. We say that, and the 27 gets a run. I don't know what happened there, but he is clear to the top. And if I'm the 27, I'm jumping in front, because that opportunity is already gone as soon as we acknowledged it. And there's a little bit of a gap between him and the 6 again, and that's just going to allow Josh Milam to just keep the lead like it is. And yeah, KR, I completely agree. I mean, we're still sitting here, the 7 of Josh Milam showing his 10 seasons of OP experience, and however many times we've ran this track in OP, and I mean, it's showing. This is probably how stage is going to finish. I mean, as long as you don't have a caution or something detrimental doesn't happen, like somebody blow an engine, I'm sure both of the drivers of the 7 and the 27 would be more than happy to stay exactly like it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure, other than a ill-timed caution and the 27 happened to have his nose out ahead of the 7. But I think if we go to the end of the stage without any intervening situations, that 7's going to win the stage because he is outright in control. And you mentioned that big checkup. I think the 7 just kind of slowed down just a little bit because he realized the I, or the 1, or Zachary Lima, could drop down below the 27. Mm-hmm. And so he was like, "Oh, I'm letting this get too far away from me."
The only thing that I could think of, I'm just going to completely assume that everybody up here, the 7, the 27, if the stage ended this lap, I think both of them would be happy. Obviously, Sean Stevens would love to get a stage win, but I think if you're going to have anything happen, it's going to be somebody trying to shoot the middle of that front 2 and force the 7 up high and take that line away from him. But yeah, I think Josh is in a really good spot. He's just chilling and controlling the race. You got a couple people starting to make a little bit of a push towards the front. It looked like the 95 of James Mayer was going to make a peek to the outside of Steve Kurosek there a little ways back, but decided against it.
Yeah, so far nothing really is there. I mean, the field is just kind of very wide right now. We're too wide racing, but both lanes are kind of using up all of the track.
That might also be a little bit of reflecting of what happened on that early caution. Maybe a lot of people had to use a fast repair there, and a lot of people trying to. Oh, there goes the 19 of Zach Workman right to the middle.
Here we go. Can he make something happen? Looks like he's going to try it. He is going to muscle out the 510 of Richard Sanchez.
Ooh.
But will Sanchez take
Mann.
it quietly? Mark Manslow, he's down on the apron. Smoke up from a car. Dan Harrington dropping back. Here we go.
Last lap
Final
of the
lap.
stage.
Absolutely.
Peter DeBorgia on the outside, all by himself, doing a fairly good job of holding his position. A lot of width on this track, but when you're on this track and in the car, it does not feel like you have this much room. But Peter might get a take, or he's going to have the 14 of Vicente jump up there with him.
Is it going to be enough? Here they come into turn number 3 for stage number 1, the 7. Now dealing with the effects of losing a few cars. Contact the 14. Around they go into the wall. Caution going to come out, and I think
that
the
was Sean
7 of Josh Milam was ahead.
I think it was Sean Stevens.
That's how close it was.
It was incredibly close.
And it looks like the 27 of Stevens going to take over this position. Holy cow! How about the end of that stage?
That was everything. That was everything we wanted in literally half a lap.
Oh my
goodness! It looked like the 14 of Vicente Guerrero got a little too low on the 47 of Ricky Kuhn. Was like, is that Ricky or Richard? It's
I think it was
Kuhn.
Ricky or Richard. It's Richard.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
But it looked like came up into him a little bit and caused that the incident there. But yeah, I believe
Borgia, Richard Sanchez, Vicente Guerrero involved. That was a big one for sure. Let's go off the nose of the 9 of Nathan Warren. You see Richard Kuhn, Vicente Guerrero, Peter DeBorgia, Richard Sanchez all get caught up in that. Looked like the 95 of Jim Mayer got a piece of it as well. As everyone comes down pit road, let's take another peek at this one. From the center field, we're looking at the 95. You see the crash developing. So multiple cars getting caught up in this one.
There, the 25 of Kevin Freis saw the 3 wide. I saw him dip out of the pack there, and I think that might have saved him. Yeah. Exactly where the wreck would have hit him, where he was running. He would have been directly involved, so it was a good call by him there.
Alrighty, so from Zach Fritch, it is the 27 of Sean Stevens. Let's see if we can't get a word in with that driver. And I've got him. Move him up here. John Stevens, this is KR up in the broadcast booth. Got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir, got you.
Man, oh man, you win stage number 1 here tonight. Tell us about that opening stage and what was going on out there.
Well, it was a battle between me and Josh back and forth. It was fun time racing. Got to thank Cody for pushing. It was a blast.
All right, man. Well, your previous pit stop looked like it got you that track position that you needed to be up there and then to hold on to it. And you're battling side by side with the 7 for all those laps. Were you trying to make something happen? What were you trying to do there?
Yeah, I just wanted to be up front. I mean, I like 08. You know, even though it's a bumpy track, I like it. I just wanted to be up front and try to stay up there.
All right, man. Well, solid stage 1 win for you. Lights are out on the pace car, so we're getting ready to go back after it. John, any shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
Yep, shout out to you guys up in the booth, the teammates for Buck Wild Racing, and all the fans out there watching.
All right, man. Well, nice job. Once again, congratulations on stage number 1 here tonight.
Thanks, KR.
All right, there you go. Sean Stevens from Buck Wild Racing. And for those of you who don't know who are on Buck Wild here tonight, that is Bob Lacavera, who I thought I saw in this. I just saw him in the chat. He never joined the race. So there we go. But Sean Stevens,
he's on the
Coon.
track, KR.
Is he?
Yeah.
Did I just over? Oh, I see him. Oh,
He's the
there he is.
23rd.
There he is. I found him.
I got you, Bob. Don't worry.
Bob. He's not. He's not in the proper chat room. That's I had a panty. I'm gonna move him down there. All right, there we go. Problem solved. Hey, who's out front?
That would be the 63 of Logan Helton leading us to the green flag right now. Choosing that dominant outside line, I should say. We have to call it by its proper name. And we'll see how the reigning season 9 champion does leading this field. Now, KR, that last caution happened around lap 8 or 9 or 7 or 8, I think. And the initial caution at the beginning of the race. So if we get another early caution that allow them to make the stage on one tank, you can see the same thing happening to the field here, as Logan is still side by side with the 21 of his teammate Daniel Holloway, being pushed by the 6 of Cody Nagels and the 7 of Josh Milam. That outside line that is pushing and following Logan Helton, that is going to be the 027, that's not going to get confusing, of Steve Krosek, the 47 of Richard Kuhn, and then the 27 of Sean Stevens. So a couple new faces up here as we're still side by side, KR.
That we are. Hey, I do want to take a moment to give a shout out to Miss Maxine. How you doing, ma'am? She said, "Hi guys, have fun tonight." And also Michelle Anderson, how you doing, Miss Michelle? She, of course, is cheering for BK. And then we have Miss Mara, who is cheering for the 04 of Mark Mann. And Josh Medlock, who broadcast OP Saturday, the Butt Kicker Truck Series. And apparently some bad weather is coming through Arkansas for Mr. Medlock. So I hope everything goes well for you. And if you guys haven't done so yet, make sure you check out Josh Medlock on Max Speed TV and the OP Butt Kicker Truck Series on Saturday night.
I hear it's a blast on Saturdays too. I haven't been able to experience it in about 4 years, but yeah, I've heard it's a lot of fun.
I have not been able to experience the Saturday night stuff either, mostly because that is when I'm driving my race car and or playing hockey. I play hockey in the winter, drive my race car in the summer, and yeah, so Josh is there on Saturday nights. So man, if you guys want to watch some great Saturday night racing from OP, make sure you're checking that out on Max Speed TV. Kevin Nagels coming in and saying hello. How you doing, Kevin? I hope you guys are all that are here. You know, I want you to cheer loudly. I want you to cheer often. That is the only way that we know you are cheering for your favorite driver. Say hello to us. Let us know you're here, but let your driver know that you are here for them, because that is what they are doing. They're doing it for fun, and they are doing it because they want to show off to you guys So let them know that you are watching. Give it a thumbs up if you want, but for sure, at least type into the chat that you are here, that you are rooting for your driver. And Travis, I don't know about you, but stage number 2 looks like it's going Logan Hilton's way right now.
It does seem that way, but we do have a little bit of a curveball for this stage. It seems like we're going to have the dreaded green flag pit stop. It's been a problem for some this season, but we'll see if it's not a problem for most tonight. Fun. Ooh, little bit of a side draft there by the 027. Got Logan a little bit out of hands, and here comes the inside line hitting pit road.
Almost half the
40
field,
and
one
Peter
out
DeBorgia.
of shape. That is Peter DeBorgia in the 40. And did he get it before the cone or after?
He got it. He got it just before the cone. I was about to say the entrance to this pit road is a little bit different than the normal Daytona. The cone is a little bit further in the infield, and also does not go all the way to the wall. So if you go to the oh, and there's a caution.
So yellow flag comes
Oh, it's
out.
the 6 of Cody Nagels through the infield. Oh, that was just a checkup.
Looks
Collected
like
a couple
multiple
of
cars involved in this one. So let's back it up and look if we can figure out what happened. All right, right there. We're already seeing them sideways. So let's take a look at this. Give me just a second here.
The field did a really good job too of avoiding that. Happening right in front of the 77 of David Booth, 31 of Casey Gilchrist, and I believe who that Tide car is that was right in front of. Oh, they got. Oh, it was BK. Got a little bit collected there.
So BK goes around, Steve Korosek, Cody Nagels. Several cars getting caught up in this one, right in the midst of a green flag pit stop. And that is going to shake things up quite a bit. Do want to point out that Rob Connors has joined the race. He has only completed 2 laps. He is working on completing his 3rd lap of the race.
I want a couple laps down.
Just a few. On the pit road comes everybody who did not make that pit stop. Josh
I believe
Milam
that is going to give the
picks
lead
up
to
the race
7.
lead because he was the first one out there when that green flag pit stop happened.
Little stroke of luck for the 7, not that he needed it tonight, as he's been one of the cars to watch this race. 63 of Logan Helton right behind him. I can only assume Josh is going to take the outside line. And there goes the 00 himself, taking that lucky dog around the field.
He's going to get one of his 30 laps back.
I'm not saying he's out of the race, because this is 08, but I mean, we'll see. I think we're just going to be on how it's going to be what's the over under on how many laps Rob Connors is going to get back by the end of the race?
Yeah, right. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Why doesn't he just hang it up? Because it's super speedway racing. Right now, he's scored in 41st spot. There's every possibility he could end up in 30th or more. It could be whatever. Yeah, his chances of winning the race are nil, but he still has a lot of points that he could earn. Now, if we get up to the final 30 laps and nobody has dropped out of the race, yeah, then maybe it's time to hang it up. But up until then, there's a lot of points for him to gain.
Plus, you just gotta hang out with your friends, you know. You can talk to your buds, go on the racetrack with them, have a little bit of fun is the 7 of Josh Miles going to take that outside line as predicted. And I believe that is lined up behind him, the none other than the 05 of Brian Lang driving his Ponzi scheme mobile. Logan Helton being pushed by the 21, his teammate of Daniel Holloway. And then in row number 3, you're going to have the 19 of Zach Workman and the 25 of Kevin Freis, who won last Monday. Can't forget that. But yeah, we're I think this stage is gonna be a little bit different, but it also has the makings of a repeat of stage number 1. Although I think Logan, being Logan, will take opportunities that will be presented to him a little bit more than others.
He does have an eye for those opportunities, not gonna lie.
I mean, that's what made him season 9 champion. You don't get that by not seeing stuff.
That is what made him a constant threat for the championship. And then he finally pulled it off in season number 9. Here we go. Pace car down and away. The 7, the 63, the green flag. I think we're about ready to make some more noise. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Away we go. The 7 gets out to the early lead, but Logan Helton not going to let that stand for long.
Only 3 cars, tighten it on that outside line. Going to give the advantage to Logan on the bottom. We'll see how strong their run is on the exit of the turn where the real run begins for that outside line. As they start to build a little bit more momentum, more cars joining their cause. And you can just see the strength of that outside line. The 21 on the back bumper of the 63. Still not able to make up a ton of track position. Going into the turns is where they're going to gain time. And it looks like Logan might be clear of Josh almost. Still stays at the bottom.
Looked like that bottom lane got out of shape. And I saw one car jump up into the middle lane, and it forced a few others out of position. Couldn't tell who that was, but they are digging hard right now, wiggling back and forth. This stage is going to end at the completion of lap 50. So, Travis, you are a super speedway veteran. What's going through your mind right now as everyone's really pushing hard right now?
Depends on where I am. If I'm Josh, I'm sitting where Josh is exactly. If I'm in not a preferred position, and depending on how much fun I want to have, make something happen. There's not a lot you can do unless you're willing to ride that razor thin line of stupidity of running that third lane. Is I see a couple people that might be prospect to go to that outside line in this current top line, so to speak. But yeah, it's just about surviving and trying to get the most of what you can. KR, there goes the 63 taking that middle lane away from the 7, leaving that bottom open. This is what we were saying that Sean Stevens needed to do on that back straight, and look at that run that it just gave him in the turn. He is clear as the 7. And he's going to jump up in front of Josh. Josh is going to tuck up under Logan and push the daylights out of him.
Now what this changes is the 63 has a teammate that is now leading the charge on the inside line. So Alliance Motorsports leading both lanes with Logan Helton and Daniel Holloway. So with that being said, that makes Alliance Motorsports feel a little bit more in control of this race, but the 7 shoves the 63 so far ahead, he drops down to the inside.
And he's going to probably clear Logan right here, and he does. Jumps back up to the top, taking that lead spot right back. And that's the thing, Carrie, you're talking about how Logan has the 21, his teammate. Well, Josh has the 19 of Zach Workman, his FSR teammate, right there in the 19, the second car on the inside line. So he has help up here the same way Logan does. And it wouldn't surprise me if we keep seeing flip-flopping like that until somebody gets tired and when the person tries to rejoin on the middle, they'll go right around him. And Logan right now pushing Josh to try to get himself clear of that bottom lane also. A little bit of a checkup on the inside. Might lose a little bit of time, but they keep up that momentum, keeping it even going into the turn. We'll see where they are on the exit and how big of a run that outside line gets. 21 got a little sideways on the exit. That's going to allow the 7 of Josh Milam to maintain this lead as we're coming to lap 43 of 50 of this stage, heading into turn 1.
Take a look at the mid-pack. Right now we find our stage 1 winner in the mid-pack. That 27 is Sean Stevens from Buck Wild Racing. Didn't have the time to get it out there, but the 27 has let the Bucks gone wild. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. They are after it on the front lawn here in the wintertime with the snow. The Bucks have gone wild. So, Sean, congratulations.
Wrecking up front.
Oh, no. Can he get through it? We're going to watch him. He slows it down hard, and oh, a little bit of contact there with the 77, but he held on to it. Man, what'd you see that caused that one, Travis?
The 9 car, Nate Warren, looks like he hit the bottom of the bumps on the bottom of the exit of turn number 4. Sent him up into the 25 of Kevin Freis. And speaking of the Buck Wild driver, the 52 of Randall Cobb had nowhere to go on the back bumper of the 25, causing him to get sent around. And I think this wreck collected a couple cars. Oh yeah, it did. It's if you're gonna do an onboard car, pick the 23 of Sebastian Marin, please.
Sebastian Marin
snakes right through the wreck. The 82 of Dan Harrington also almost slipped through. Very minuscule minor damage for him.
Quite the big wreck here for this one. Sebastian Marin able to squeeze through, but not everybody was as lucky as he was. Man, they have really torn up quite a few cars and quite a few big crashes here tonight.
Yeah, those ones on the exit of turn 4.
What I'm saying is they haven't done it small yet.
Oh no. As somebody who is well aware of breaking a lot of cars and very good at it, yeah, no, all these wrecks have been huge. And at 08, you gotta be careful too, because pit lane's right there. And if you get a spin on the exit of turn 4, and you're just sliding through the that entry to pit road, and you just got to make sure that you don't tank slap the wall on the inside or something like that that destroy your car even more.
Take another look here on board with the 12 of Zach Fridge. You see the crash happening up ahead. Everyone back here locking up the brakes, trying to slow it down, trying to give lots of room. And there are cars from the top lane all the way down to the pit wall. Zach Fridge literally is like, there's nowhere for me to go. At one point, he's like, there is nowhere for me to go.
You got to think too, we're going 189, 190 something miles an hour, and you're not on the brakes at all, so you got some cold brakes. when these wrecks happen, so you got to be extra careful that you don't lock up like a couple people did. And it seemed like Zach did a pretty good job of getting it slowed up to where he could get through it. Almost having to come to a complete stop. But lights are out on the pace car. The leader at the time of caution was the 63 of Logan Helton. He is electing to take that high line. 7 of Josh Milam on his inside. Row number 2, the 05 of Brian Wang and the 21 of Daniel Holloway. And also, KR, there is another couple Alliance boys once again up front here. The 95 of James Mayer and the 4 of Rick Seabrans just behind the 05 right there for Logan or Holloway if they need it.
I completely lost my train of thought. Give me just a second here.
I mean, it happens, you know. But yeah, we're gonna have a.
I had a thought. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. The top 20 cars stayed out. Everyone else has come down pit road, so that's effectively half the field hit pit road that time. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah. Because they had the green flag stop, you don't have to pit. As we're about to go back green. The Ford Mustang pace car about to peel off to the pit road to go get worked on again. The 63 Logan Helton takes the green flag. Does not get a good start. The 7 of Josh Milam comes out ahead of him. I think that's going to quickly change, though, as we go through the turns number 1. And they're 3 wide. Mid-pack, the 59, the 13, and the 31, 3 wide back there.
Oh, looked like a little bit of contact there with Cody Nagels in the midst of it.
And it's getting close. The 31 of Casey Gilchrist has the 6 of Cody Nagels behind him. And there's Tyler Miller looking like he's trying to make a move. And Logan is clear of Josh to the bottom. Gonna stay in that high dominant line. Only 3 cars in that bottom lane. One of them being the 21 of Holloway. Josh is getting a good run. If he gets clear, he's definitely going to jump in front of the 63.
We are on board with Cody Nagels, and here they go. Into the wall goes several cars. Around they go. Yellow flag coming out, and I think that's going to be the stage because once again they have torn up multiple cars. Now, when I say torn up, I mean tires. It's hard to judge how much damage was done. But holy cow, that is another big stack up in this race.
Yeah, it was just caused by tight 3 wide racing around a bumpy, unstable racetrack. And I think at the time of the lead, your leader is the 63 of Logan Helton. And I do believe that would be stage KR. So that would make the 63 your stage winner. We'll have to receive confirmation, but it looks that way.
On board with Sean Stevens on this one, and you can see a lot of brake smoke. A lot of cars hard on the binders. And right now it does look like the 63 of Logan Helton is out in front and is going to come down pit road first, and that would signal, because of how it plays out, that he is our stage 2 winner.
It would be that way. We'll get a confirmation from our source for knowing things.
Yeah, I don't know if our source actually knows.
Oh,
Zach
source
Workman
does not know anything.
Zach Workman wins the race off of pit road. So let's go ahead and assume that Logan Helton is our stage 2 winner. And let's get a quick word in with our stage winner. Logan, how you doing, bud?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. That 63 looking very fast here tonight.
Oh, and it's looking sharp thanks to Justin Rowden. Once again this season, we've got a killer paint scheme, and glad we're off to a good start here to show it off.
All right, Logan. All right, so we are unofficially calling you the stage 2 winner because you hit pit road first under yellow. So can you like confirm or deny or neither what position you finished?
I'm pretty sure I won the stage. They called stage there under that caution, so I'm pretty sure that means whoever was leading at the time of caution gets the stage. So yeah, I think I won. If I didn't, then I'm gonna sue. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. Oh my goodness!
Oh, somebody just committed Sudoku.
I don't know. What was I saying? I'm too busy worrying if he's dead.
You say you're gonna sue us.
Yeah, I was gonna sue if I don't get the stage win. I'm gonna sue exactly for 10 points. That's all.
All right, well, Logan, you win stage number 2. So nice job, man. Anything else you'd like to add?
I just gotta thank W Energy for hopping on board and partnering with me this year. Really excited, as well as Roasted Jim's Coffee and the Materializing Mindset podcast. All on the car this year, and really excited to see what comes out of it with Road to Pro coming up soon. We're looking pretty good for Road to Pro, I think, and we're trying to make our way to the Coke Series by next year. So just having fun in OP until that season starts, and I'll keep you guys updated with how it goes.
Absolutely. All right. Any songs you want to sing or anything?
See, I was going to, but now I'm getting a little stage fright, so I don't think I'm going to do it right now.
What if I hold your hand?
I might do it at the end.
All right, Logan. Well, man, nice job on winning stage number 2, man.
All right, thank you guys very much.
That is Logan Helton, driver of the 63 from Alliance Motorsports, picking up stage number 2. He had a great song.
Did he?
Yeah. He was singing it before the race. I was like, dude, if you win a stage, you've got to sing it.
Belt it out from the gut.
From the gut. But I'll tell you what, I understand what he's saying. Once the racing happens, it changes your mindset. He was a lot looser before the race started, and so now he's focusing on his job.
And speaking of racing, we're back green.
I don't believe you.
I mean, you don't have to, but it is happening. Barney the flag man waved the green flag, and Hunter Reynolds is leading the field into turn number 1. I believe him and Steve Kurosek might have did the old early pit Peter DeBorgia strat, and it's paying off for them big. And the 26 getting pushed clear by the 19 and the 7. 3 cars clear to the bottom, staying up top. That just shows you how fast. Oh, nope, there they go. That's going to leave Hunter out big with his teammate Sebastian Marin coming up behind him to push him. That's going to allow the 7 and the 19 to clear back up to the top if they want to, and they for sure do.
Yeah, Zach Workman running with FSR jumps up into the outside lane. Down to 0-2-7 as Steve Kurosek leads the lane on the bottom. And so you got to wonder if the 7 is maybe want to drop down and work together with the 19 to control this race, but they both elect to stay to the high side as Steve Kurosek can't quite match the pace of Zach Workman in that outside lane.
Yeah, I would assume that the 2 FSR boys are just going to try to stick it up there as much as they can. Josh kind of playing the defense to the Hunter Reynolds 3rd car dropping to the bottom to try to keep as many cars nearby to them, because if they lose 1 car, that'll create probably enough momentum shift to allow whoever's on the bottom to clear the top. and we're just dead even side by side. And it'll be interesting to see how this race develops the rest of the night, because KR, we've had 2x2 racing pretty much all the way up, pretty much for both stages. We did have a couple people try to attempt 3 wide, but nobody has attempted it since then in the capacity to make a pass up front, as Steve Kurosek is clear and does not jump up. It was probably I would have not advised doing that if that was me, but the 19 still leading. But yeah, we haven't seen anybody really try to make the lane 3 work up here for passing in that sense. We've seen people in mid-pack go 3 wide with one car here and there, but not quite going 3 wide for the lead. I'm sure it'll happen by the end of the night. Saw them working on it in practice, and they've done it quite a bit.
Jeff Crosby in the 33 has the new fast lap of the race at a 47.004, getting close to that sub 47 mark. Right now he finds himself in 25th spot, but long way to go, not only for the driver in 25th spot, but for the rest of the field. So that 33 has a few laps to make his way to the front before the end of the race. But either way, anytime you crack the fastest lap of the race, it makes you feel good. It's an accomplishment, all that stuff. It's so important. Formula One at least gives out a point for that.
We used to in an OP, I believe, but I believe they did away with the fastest lap point many seasons ago.
It's in a super speedway. It's kind of hard.
Pointless. Yeah. It's kind of pointless. I could drop back. I mean, if we did it to where it would be like, oh, you have to be within like top 10 of finishing, kind of like in F1, but then that just becomes a whole thing they have to worry about and everything. But
yeah, either way, I still like to point out who lays down the fastest lap when they do. Mostly because you never know who's going to lay down that fast lap.
You know, somebody getting their name talked about. Unfortunately, we can't talk about every single person in the race as much as we would love to, but try our best to.
All right, let's talk about Sean McCarra.
Oh, where's old Sean McCarra running at?
34th spot.
Hello, in 34th, running right behind his teammate Casey Gilchrist, who is currently being scored as 1 lap down. And KR, during our lovely stage 2 interview with Logan Helton, a driver committed an atrocity on the inside wall and put it behind the wall after that.
He committed a Harry Carey.
Yeah, I believe that is what that is.
That was a...
Oh, somebody just blew an engine. And I think it's the 71 of Sean McCarra.
Sean McCarra immediately pulled down to the inside. But yeah,
Yep,
David Overstreet was the one that committed the Hare Krishna, or the Sudoku, or
it's seppuku, but Sudoku also works.
Seppuku.
Yeah.
So, right. So what's the Hare Krishna?
Oh, I don't know. I know a Harry Carey, but I don't know.
I know Harry Carey, longtime commentator for the Cubs.
Oh, there goes Kurosek to the top this time. That's going to cause a big checkup on that outside line. Sorry to interrupt you, KR, but the point I was getting at...
Oh, Vicente down below the yellow line in the tri-oval. That's never a good sign, but somehow they hold on to it.
And with David O committing Sudoku, that gives the person that is driving still on track 31 laps down almost, if he can make it, the entire race. That's a spot, KR. As me and my good friend Colin would say, that's a spot.
Hey, you got to get those points when they come your way. How many times have we seen playoffs be decided whether you make it into the playoffs or into the next round by 1 point?
Yeah, especially when you get into the playoffs, because you only have, I can't even remember how many rounds of playoffs there are, but I think the first round of 16 is 4 races. You can only get 4 winners locked in, so you got to run as good as you can, and it becomes even less more and more as they are getting very racy up front, KR.
It's getting a bit rowdy.
They are, I think rowdy would probably be the appropriate term, as there is checkups, people running tight to the bottom, Kurasek not giving an inch to the 14 on the inside as they're coming up on the 71 car of Sean McCara, who we were talking about briefly, and he kind of botched his
repair to get back out there.
Burned his fast repair and botched his screen time. Way to go, Sean.
What a noob.
I mean, that's just how it goes. Whenever you start talking about Sean, he just does Sean things. That's the best way I can say it.
He panicked. He knew he was about ready to be famous, and he pooped himself.
And he just absolutely just ruined it.
He shipped his bed like the Kmart commercial.
But the 027 of Steven Kurasek leading that bottom lane now, jumped down in front of the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. It's Guerrero. There's John Guerrera and Vicente Guerrero. That gets me. But
you gotta roll your R's.
I can't, KR.
Well,
I don't got I can't. I mean, kinda.
Maybe you need to talk to Vicente some more.
Maybe. I don't know if he speaks Spanish or not.
I don't even know if he knows that you know what you just said.
I don't even know if I know what I just said that he knows, but 19 of Zach Orban is going to jump to the bottom, though. Take the lead over. That can only mean a few things, KR. If a driver's jumping or going to the bottom from the top at 08, is they're going to be pitting here soon. The 23, the 26, and the 7 are all going to get clear. Josh jumping down a little early. That's going to cause that inside line to have a nice big checkup. A couple drivers noticing that and jumping out to the outside. And I believe we're going to have the pit cycles starting here soon. The 23 and 26 both join the party in the bottom lane, giving the lead to the 12 of Zach Fritsch, being pushed by the Ponzi machine.
Brian Wang. That is such a great paint scheme.
The painter of that car, I believe, is right behind him, the 40 of Peter DeBorgia, up front after his stage 1 instant coming to the end of stage. Good to see that he had a good bounce back running in the top 10 once again. And KR, if you look at who's on that last car on that outside lane, you see who that is? He's in the race. And he is running in P14. That is the 5 of Bob Lacavara. He did, in fact, start.
I still don't think he's in the race. You can't convince me otherwise.
But let's hope you move it into his team that he actually wanted to be in there.
Right?
Just stuck in there the rest of the race, but oh well.
Oh well. It did throw me off because he was up in no man's land for the chat rooms here in Discord where we hang out and talk with everybody. Made me think he wasn't in the race, and oof. Listen, I'm not known to be the smartest man in the room. Okay?
No comment.
I'm just known to be the loudest.
I mean, yeah. Oh man, the things that 08 does to your brain is we're still side by side. And here comes the group, the pit road. Only a handful of cars. I see a couple people sliding
they
too.
lock him up. Oh, Nate Warren in trouble, keeps it under control.
As the camera was moving by, I saw Hunter Reynolds sliding. He was kind of sideways. I saw his tires sideways turning down, but not moving. But still up at front. You can only assume that the rest of the field going to be hitting pit road this time by. The 40 of Peter DeBorgia, lone man out, drawing the short straw, not being able to get down. He does have a little bit of time if he can force his way in between the 63 and the 19. I don't think that is going to work for him. Oh.
Big time peel off there.
I believe that was the Alliance boys hitting pit road. Saw Logan Helton, Daniel Holloway leading the charge down pit road. Still leading the race, the 05 of Brian Wang. I would say having a fairly good rookie season also so far, and up to race number 3. Got a podium race number 2. I don't know where he finished in the ISS, but that track doesn't count. It does in the points, but not in my book. As they are still staying out up here, you have another car hitting pit road. That's the 5 of Bob Lacavara by his lonesome. This group of drivers staying out as long as possible. Or did they hit pit road already, KR, and I just completely missed it?
You'll have to give me just a second.
No, I don't think they've hit pit road yet.
Working behind the scenes here just a little bit. Okay, sorry. I'm ready. What was your question?
Oh, I didn't know if the people that are still leading open. There they go, hitting pit road this time by. Everybody hard on the binders. Peter DeBorgia getting it into the back of the 7.
Did he get that slowed down?
I'll have to double check and see. Yeah, he did.
Wow.
Locked up all the way down. 7 of Peter DeBorgia. This time getting pit road, but getting into the back of the 7, Josh Milam. Just a little bit.
Meanwhile, the drivers who have pitted, here they come onto the front stretch. They're going to have all the momentum they need to take the race lead. But it's going to be close. Everyone, I think, is going to blend in and kind of form up the pack here once again.
The 05 of Brian Wang leading that group back off of pit road the way he brought them in. And they're going to merge onto the track. And here comes a couple cars 2 by 2. This is where it's going to get tricky. A lot of slower cars in front of this group as they are coming up to speed. And it's working out so far. 3 wide, the 04 Markman, the 63 of Logan Helton with the 44 of Anthony English. So it looks like he has did a fairly good bounce back within the top 15 in this lead pack, KR, after losing the draft early on in the race. The 05 of Brian Wang being pushed by the 23 of Sebastian Marin as they are looking in their mirror.
This is our lead pack here as we're working lap 70 of 100. So let's take a quick moment and talk about our field right now and how it looks. 35 cars are on the lead lap. Randall Cobb in the 52 is the last car on the lead lap. Jeremy Funk in the 97 is 36th. he finds himself the first car 1 lap down. Jeremy Funk and Dan Harrington are battling to be the first car 1 lap down. Casey Gilchrist, John Guerrero 2 laps down. David Overstreet out of the race. And Rob Connors in 41st spot has a chance to pass David Overstreet. So you know how he came out 30 laps down, and I said, hey, he's going for points. He's going to pass somebody.
That's a spot, baby.
That's a spot.
As the field's coming up on a couple of those lap cars, putting 2 more, at least 1 down. They're going to go to the high side. It's always fun passing lap cars at Rallycross 08 as you have a car in the wall, and they're going to get
my goodness, here they go
jumbled
around. Randall Cobb in the 52 as he was getting lapped. Looked like contact happened, and around they went. Let's take a look and see here. You see the 52 coming down. Looked like maybe the 21 of Daniel Holloway got out of shape.
I wonder if that was a reaction from the 31 getting into the wall a little bit.
Let's back this up a little bit further. It's going to give us a good picture. The 21 of Holloway tucked in behind his teammate, the 4 Rick Seabrands. Coming up on the 59 and the 52, they go 3 wide here. Down to the inside. And no, the 52 looks... Holloway had nothing to do with it. The 52 looked like maybe he just brushed the wall and car broke loose on him.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been reacting to the 31 scraping the wall a little bit, thinking that he's closer than he was because of Holloway kind of drifting up a little bit in that turn, maybe causing him to kind of yank at the wheel a little bit, thinking that there's going to be a car quickly in front of him, but that's just a unfortunate accident, as some say. But that was right after a pit cycle, KR, and we probably are 1 stop from here for the rest of the race. You'll probably see the field hit pit road this time by.
Yeah, you can't make it from here, so you might as well hit pit road this time to have a shorter pit stop the next time. It's the 05 and the 4. The 4 missed his pit stall, so that's going to cost him. He was the first one on the pit road, but stopped short, and yeah, that's going to cost him a little bit of time.
And that is how baby cars are made, as the 21 of Daniel Holloway is going to win the race off of pit road. Being followed closely behind by the 23 of Sebastian Marin. And yeah, I believe it's going to be a 1-stop race from here, so after that stop, I think it's just going to be
yeah, nobody
all out.
Nobody can make it from here. As the 4 of Rick Seabrands pulls into random stall, stops and pulls away. Not sure what was going on with Rick Seabrands there. Overshot his pit box or undershot it. Made his pit stop and then came back down pit road, or pulled back into a empty stall. So weird move by the 4 Rick Seabrands, but maybe just penalizing himself there and electing to start all the way at the back.
I don't know. It's probably some magical formula to somehow win the race. I don't question anything Rick does. pretty much, yeah. He's probably doing something that's gonna help him. Don't know what that is. It's just magical. Rick Seabrands. You know how in a Space Jam, you familiar with Space Jam, KR?
I mean, I never watched the one with LeBron, but I watched the one with Michael.
Well, yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. That's the only one I acknowledge.
Okay.
But you know how like they get Mike's secret stuff?
Uh-huh.
That'd be like the equivalent of like if Rick had like a bottle of secret stuff and it was like Rick's secret stuff.
Everyone in OP would buy it.
Oh, 1,000%.
I would buy it.
I would. Oh gosh, what is going on in the pack?
We started talking about secret stuff, and they started to pull over to buy it.
Oh, a couple cars. I don't know if somebody stole a car, but I saw a couple people hit a couple of bumpers to tails.
They were slowing down to buy their secret sauce.
They heard that there was a trick to win races that Rick Seabrans has made in a liquid form. And I'm gonna stop right there.
Yeah. Lights are out of the pace car. Oh boy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for sticking around with us. Gonna have 25 laps to go, so now's the time to really start cheering for your favorite driver. Only one car out of the race, that is the 46 of David Overstreet. He finds himself in 40th spot, but in about 4 laps, Rob Connors is going to take over that position. But here we go. Green flag is back out. Daniel Holloway, Sebastian Marin. They lead this field to the green flag, heading off into turn number 1. The 12 of Zach Fritsch, the 63 of Logan Helton, pushing hard on those line leaders. Man, oh man, it's kind of like kindergarten. You end up the second person in the line, and all you do is push the guy in front of you.
That is essentially what this is.
That's just
yes.
me in kindergarten.
The super speedway racing in OP is essentially a bunch of kindergartners in virtual cars pushing each other around. As the 23 of Sebastian Marin is going to clear the bottom in front of the 21 of Holloway. Holloway electing to take the inside line. Drifted up a little high there out of the turn, almost getting into his teammate Logan Helton. SKR, we are going to have to pit at least one more time tonight. And it'll be interesting to see the different pit strategies play out. You'll have people who will hit pit road early, try to gain as much track position as possible. And then you're going to have the people who stay out as long as possible so they have enough for some green-white checkers, which I do believe will be on our horizon tonight.
Yeah, it feels like there's going to be a few green-white checkers. We're riding on board with the 88 of Gabe Butler, who finds himself well behind the race leaders, but 24th spot. And as we're looking back here, there's quite a few cars banged up. And here they go through the travel, multiple checkups. Oh, more cars in damaged. Caution flag comes out as we rode on board with the 88 of Gabe Butler for that one.
And that was the unfortunate thing of guy jumps up in front of fast cars and somebody's pushing you into that guy. That's what was the cause of that. The Logan Helton jumped from the bottom to the top with about a car length between him and Josh on that outside line, and the 6 of Cody Nagels was on Josh's bumper. And there's just nothing Josh could have done. He could even if he lifted, he would just got pushed right into Logan anyway. And that collected a decent amount of cars, surprisingly not as many as our previous wrecks, but still a good amount.
Yeah, quite a few cars going around here. One car actually smacking the wall pretty hard. On board with Zach Workman here. Holloway pointed in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it looked like Workman almost had the right idea. Just can't do nothing when cars slide down the track right in front of you as you made your decision. Doesn't look like he got too much off of that, though, surprisingly. I do believe Zach Workman was being scored is at the tail end of the pack now. Everybody hitting pit road once again. And KR, this might be the deciding stop for the rest of this race. Unless we have another caution, you might see some people hit pit road then too, but...
Oh, I don't think this is gonna... We're too far out.
I mean, we're 20 laps. If you're in the lead, you can't make it, but I think if you're behind somebody, being pretty conservative, I think you could maybe stretch it and make it. It'd be really close, though. Wouldn't surprise me if you see people hit pit road to top off to fill their tanks as much as possible. As the 23 of Sebastian Marin is going to be the race leader. The 31 of Casey Gilchrist staying out to take the wave around to get his lap back, banking on presumably another caution. And
I'm running the calculator, and I really don't think anyone can make it from here. But if you were brave enough to start now and the cautions fell your way, maybe you could. Maybe. That is a hard maybe.
Well, I'm all for hard maybes sometimes, KR. 31, Casey Gilchrist taking that wave around. The 23, your leader, Sebastian Marin, taking the outside line. Now, KR, we usually don't talk about penalties on the track, but the 7 of Josh Milam being given an EOL for that incident. So that is going to put somebody who has been dominant all night at the end of the longest line. Now it looks like he is on pit road getting some tires, repairing his car, filling up that race car for the final run at the end of this race. Also, somebody we were talking about earlier, the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. They're third in line on the bottom. 5'10" of Richard Sanchez. And there is that the 71 of Sean McCarra in the top 10? Yeah.
It's photoshopped.
He's his 9th place somehow. That just shows you how this race is going. 71 blew his engine, got his lap back, and is in the running for the end of this race as the pace car is going to pull off of pit road onto pit road.
There you go.
Getting worked on again as the green flag falls. Barney doing his job, waving that green flag. Sebastian Marin and Cody Nagel is going to be side by side across the line. Hunter Reynolds pushing on the back of the 6, being closely followed behind by the 33 of Crosby Jr. The 23 being pushed by the 24 of Tyler Miller, with the 9 of Nate Warren following closely behind them, and the 77 of Dave Booth there. The pack is not very together. Cars in the back of this pack weaving and making their way through the field. Peter DeBorgia doing some moves to try to get into open air to try to make some moves back up front. And there goes the 5 of Bob Lacavara jumping to that bottom lane. Being followed by the
Peter DeBorgia into the wall sideways, saves it, and we stay green.
Somehow we kept it off of the wall, out of the way of everybody.
All right, do want to give a shout out to David Overstreet. He survived that Sudoku move into the inside wall and has made his way into YouTube chat. David O, not sure what happened to you, man, but glad to see you come into chat and say hello. That one looked rough, mostly because I called it a Harry Carey or Harry Krishna or Sepultura or whatever. BK Anderson on the pit road. That's not what, or I'm sorry, James Mayer on the pit road. So that car looked torn up as it was hitting pit lane. It's getting down to the nitty gritty. Nobody, as far as I can tell, nobody has a fast repair left. It looks like everyone has been involved in a crash here tonight.
I think it would be safe to assume that there is not a single car that is, if they wreck again, they're going to survive. But the 24 Tyler Miller jumps to the bottom, takes the lead over on the bottom lane. If he, 24 needs to be careful there. It's drifting up a little bit out of the turns, and Sebastian Marin is not the person to do that in front of. As speaking from experience, don't leave a big enough gap for him to take there. That's going to give the outside lead to the 9 of Nate Warren, who was involved in an incident earlier in the race, also making a good bounce back. And we are still side by side counting down the laps.
Okay,
the 95 still on pit. Oh, the 95 just put behind the wall.
Yeah, he's gone behind the wall. I just want to point out, we have done 84, 85 laps. I just now realized BK Anderson signed in under the name of Brian Anderson, which
No, he didn't.
explains why I have not been able to find him this entire race.
He is definitely BK Anderson. I don't know what you're looking at.
Brian Anderson.
I have the 32 car being named in sim B.
That's BK.
Dot K. Dot Anderson.
That's too many dots. Maybe that's why it translated to Brian.
You could be right.
Hey,
As,
wait. David Booth's out in front. Sean McCarron, the 71, to his outside. These two drivers have had a heck of a race here tonight. And to be out front, oh boy, hold on.
To be out front, coming to, what is that, 13 to, there goes Sean McCarron to the bottom, and we have a mess of cars catching back up from, I'm assuming checking up from when Peter DeBorgia almost got into the wall. You do in fact have a couple people lined up on that high lane that would be very interested in going. I'm looking at 3 cars right now, specifically of the fuel variety, and that's the 12, 19, and 7. And they're already sniffing that outside lane, trying to make something happen. As the 71 of Sean McCarron leading this inside line pretty well also. And here comes that outside line with a huge head of steam. Hunter Reynolds is going to be side by side by the time we hit the line. Sean McCarron leading that lap this time by 13 to go, or however much it is. I am bad at math. That's why I commentate and don't do math problems for a living. I believe that is 13 to go. Yeah, 13 to go, KR. That was correct. Now, that outside line really dropping off makes me think that there's a little bit of fuel saving possibly. Just maybe. I'm not sure. The laps are ticking by.
I don't think you can make it the 21 laps that they have to. You can save the fuel, but I don't think you're going to be able to. Now, like I said, you'd have to start from the get-go of this run, and even then, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anyone do 21 laps. 18, 19 laps, sure, I get, but 21, that's a stretch, man.
You might be right, but who knows?
As soon as I say you can't do 21 laps, they're going to do 21 laps.
Oh, I'm sure they will. And the reason why I'm saying that, Rick Seabrands is not, he's about a car length off of the bumper of the one, not really trying to get up to his bumper. So that makes me think that he thinks that he might have enough if this thing goes green, which by how the race has been going tonight, who knows? And there goes the 26 of Hunt Reynolds to that bottom lane.
Yeah, they're starting to blend into the bottom. Zachary Lima down to the bottom. Quite a few cars. Oh, sideways the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. Yellow flag coming out. That is going to make it to where everyone is going to come down pit road.
Oh, you hate to see it for the 17 there. But also the 88 of Gabe Butler getting collected once again into something.
Let's back that up just a little bit. Eric Laurie in the 071, the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds, Kevin Freis, Gabe Butler, all making contact there. We'll back this up just a little bit further. And we can figure out where it went wrong for the 17. Dropped down below the yellow line. He was trying to follow the 510 of Richard Sanchez. And it just doesn't work out very well for him. You see Gabe Butler come in. We go on board with the 88 of Butler. We see it happen up ahead. Butler goes to the high side. Just cannot clear the 071 before he's kind of sandwiched into the wall.
That is wrong place, wrong time. Leaders did not hit pit road this time by KR, so that makes me think that they're confident enough they can make it from here now. You do still have people hitting pit.
But they're not thinking about the green-white checkered.
They're not, but they're probably hoping that it's going to be behind them, take out enough cars. I mean, at this point, at the 40th.
I mean, you gotta make your gambles where you can. Sean McCara gambling it all on the fact that it will not go to a green-white checkered. So let's see if he's gambled correctly. He could be wrong and run out of fuel on that second green-white checkered attempt.
I mean,
and then the driver who hit pit road this time is going to have more than enough fuel.
I mean, we are talking about the 71, so anything is possible here, but can't knock him for wanting to keep in that top spot.
Absolutely. You just got to make your gambles what you think's going to happen. There's nothing wrong with this gamble that he has made. Other than if you look at the odds, it's more often than not we go to a green-white checkered, but it's that few times that we don't that you got to gamble on.
And everybody running the apron, pretty much trying to save as much fuel as possible, shutting their cars off, making it stretch. Now, lane choice will be interesting to see here if what lane the 71 picks. I believe the 9 and 8 Warren is a teammate of his. You could correct me if I'm wrong, KR.
They are teammates from Flat Out Motorsports.
A couple of Flat Out boys. And Sean is going to take the outside line what has been the pretty much safe to say the dominant line tonight. That's going to leave the inside of the bottom to the 77 of Mr. David Booth. That's going to put the 24 of Tyler Miller behind the 71 of Sean McCara. Former teammates, my former teammates at Flat Out Motorsports. The 9 of Nate Warren behind the 77 of David Booth. And then behind them, you got the 26 of Hunter Reynolds and the 1 of Zachary Lima. Is it Lima or Lima, KR?
I have no confirmation on either way. I have yet to be able to talk to him, so no clue.
In that case, he is the I. The I car.
Lima.
Oh, there we go. Yep. That just confirmed it. He has an I on his car, so it's Lima. Not E. It's not an E. So the 1 of Zachary Lima. Lima. I don't remember what I just said. But pace car is going to be pulling off.
Why does the I sound like an E? I don't get it.
But it's not, except after C though, KR.
But not in neighborhood. Well, anyways,
okay, the pace car pulls off pit as we are green once again. Sean McCara taking the green flag on that high line. We'll see if he stays up there for as long as he can. The 24, Tyler Miller, however, no slouch at pushing. He's going to do everything he can to try to get the 71 clear and himself clear to maybe jump to that bottom lane, or who knows, jump to the third line as we see the 7 of Josh Milam already making his way to lane number 3 all by himself. And there goes the Ponzi machine of Brian Wang right behind him all the way from the bottom lane. That was a great move by him. We'll see if they get any takers jumping up to the top side with them. We're still side by side, coming this time by to 6 to go, KR.
Getting down to the very nitty-gritty of this race. You gotta wonder, are we gonna see a green-white checkered as they are 3 wide in the middle of this pack here? Josh Milam, Brian Wang, 2 cars trying to make that third lane work here at Rallycross Daytona. Things get very tight very quickly. Meanwhile, Sean McCara and David Booth, they are trying to become winners here this season for the first time. And into the wall is Brian Wang.
And there goes Hunter and the 1 car, Zachary Lima. Going to the outside line. Josh lost his... Oh, Hunter's getting loose. Keeps it together. That's going to make that outside line lose all of its momentum. And they hop in line right behind the 24. They're trying to make something happen still. Sean McCara driving out of his mirror. Everything he can to make that car as wide as possible. As we're at 5 to go this time by, KR.
Tyler Miller, Hunter Reynolds drop down to the inside. That leaves Sean McCara out to dry.
Ooh,
and they're turning at the middle, and around they go. Caution flag comes out with 5 laps to go.
That is another massive wreck.
Multiple massive wrecks here tonight, but the yellow flag flies once again. And I don't think I keyed this up correctly. Give me just a second here. Take a look as they are going sideways. Les Levy in the 62. Really looks like he got more than he cared to bargain for in that situation. Off the nose is Steve Korosek. See if we can't get another look at it. You can see Korosek starts dropping down to the inside. Cody Nagel's in the 6, getting a piece of it. I think Tyler Miller was involved. It happened pretty quick.
I don't think Tyler
No,
Miller
it was Josh
involved.
Milam. Sorry, it was Josh Milam, not Tyler Miller. I was thinking it was someone towards the front. Gosh dang it. Just stay keyed up where I leave you. All right. Let's take it from here. Josh Milam and Zachary Lima come together. Nate Warren, Rick Seabrand's, Cody Nagel's, innocent victims there. And yeah, there you go. Another big dust up. Tyler Miller last on pit road on lap 79. The first car that has enough fuel, that is the 47 of Richard Kuhn. He is in 11th spot. He pitted on lap 91, so he is good to go. No matter what, he is good to go. It is Tyler Miller and everyone from 1st to 9th that I have questions on whether they can make it or not.
I mean, the man himself driving the 46, David O, chiming off in the YouTube chat, saying if they had one more caution, green, white checkers would be good for one, at least one. And that was before that caution. So we'll see if he's correct in his calculations. The 71 of Sean McCara running the apron, running with that engine off, trying to save as much fuel as possible. Sebastian Marin, Zach Workman, Zach Fritsch, pretty much anybody who needs to make that fuel stretch a little bit more is running that apron and shutting that car off. But yeah, KR, I think this is going to be a natural green, white checkered also.
This might be our first attempt at one, actually.
Yep.
And it is our first attempt at one.
So we'll see. That if I'm in the what did you say, that top 11 that didn't pit, top 9, top 10?
Yeah, you gotta be sweating bullets right now.
I mean, I'm breathing a sigh of relief because I only got to do at least.
You gotta be sweating bullets right now.
I don't. Depends
You
on how
wanted
much
this
fuel
thing
they
to go
saved.
green to the end. You didn't want to have to be in this situation because you can make it 5 feet before the white flag comes out and the yellow flag comes out, and you gotta stack up again. So
That
you're
is
sweating
true.
bullets till that white flag flies.
And after that, it's bring me home a trophy or a steering wheel, one or the other.
Yeah. Take out everyone behind you that has fuel.
No lift for anything. We close our eyes and cold trickle the field, drive through the wreck. Don't lift for it. Last lap, just got to do whatever you can. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, especially because you have a couple damaged cars there separating the people who have pitted. You got the 5 and the 510 having no front end and are probably going to be slow off the rip. But we shall see.
Yeah, it has been a very quick race, but for the cautions we have had, they have collected a ton of cars every single time. 33 cars on the lead lap. We started 40, but ended up having 41 out there at one point. But here we go. First attempt at a green-white checkered. Green flag is out, and away we go. And looks like a few cars aren't going. That's going to cause a stack up.
And that's one of the cars who was damaged. The 510 of Richard Sanchez just hulked the Logan, making Logan drop like a rock. The 5 of Bob Lacavara, the other car who was damaged, hanging pretty well. The 26 of Hunter Reynolds, though, race at the front, takes the lead away from the 24, giving the lead to the inside to the 71 of Sean McCara, who now has the 7 of Josh Milam on his bumper, pushing him strong going into turn number 3 through turn number 4. KR coming to the last lap.
Yeah, all they got to do is get to the white flag Sean McCarra jumps up, trying to make that car very wide. Oh, big wiggle out of him as he got a shot from the 26. White flag, here we go. Can they make it? They have stretched this fuel further than I thought they could, just to prove me wrong. Can they hold on?
Sean McCarra still leading the outside line. Gonna have to make his car as wide as possible, driving out of his mirror. Hunter Reynolds on his back bumper, pushing him, trying to get him out of shape a little bit to get past him. 24, Tyler Miller's gonna jump to the bottom. They're wrecking behind, big wreck.
Huge wreck behind him. Sean McCarra trying to hold on. He gets turned, contact, and Tyler Miller's going to be able to hold on to it as he comes through. Here comes the 7 of Josh Milam, but he's torn up. He's just going to follow in the tire tracks, and Tyler Miller crosses the line in first. Josh Milam second, and David Booth in third. And I would not want to be race control right now.
Yeah, that was
I don't know how you're going to rule that, because one was going up, one was coming down. Let's take a look here, and maybe we can figure out what happened. Either way, I still don't want to call how race control is going to call that. Sean McCarra sideways there, so let's back it up just a little bit more. Still didn't get far enough. Go on board with Richard Kuhn.
That's a little bit of net code between Sean and Miller. That's what turned Sean right there.
Take another look from the blimp. 26 and 24 make contact. The 71. I think it's the 26 and the 24 making contact, collecting the 71. And I don't want to speak too soon, but I think the 24 is free and clear in this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say how they rule it. You call that a racing
but for
deal,
right now,
or?
I'm gonna say that the 71 is our race winner, because I got nothing else to go off of, and I think he's gonna be fine. That's my call. Looked like it could go either way, so let's go with that.
We did establish last week that we have the final say.
We are in charge of this league.
We are in charge. We have the final say. So yeah.
All right. That being said, we absolutely don't know what we're talking about and have no clue what's going to happen. But the 24 of Tyler Miller did cross the start-finish line first. And let's go ahead and start our post-race show off by talking to the guy on the top step of the podium. Tyler, you got your ears on?
Yes, sir.
Man, oh man, that 24. I didn't think you'd have enough fuel, first of all. So tell us how you made that happen.
Well, it was really the caution before that I saved and started saving right off the get-go from the last green flag before the last caution, and then that's what really helped me. Got down as soon as possible, started saving, and just lost some positions to gain them back later.
Well, man, nice job on doing that. Congratulations on the race win. Any shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
Oh yeah, shout out to the FSR team, both Zachs, Josh and Jeff, great teammates. Shout out to all the admin that run the league, and of course you up there in the booth, KR, and then Christine and Eric, some friends that watch us all the time back home. They're big supporters of mine and Josh's buddies, so it's always a big shout out to them.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the race win, Tyler. And hopefully it sticks. Not sure what all went down. I do want to ask, going into that final corner. What'd you see? What happened there from your point of view?
I believe somebody got into me a little bit. I felt my car go a little sideways, and then after that, I just held on, and then whatever happened. Just have to go back and look at it. I haven't got a chance to look at it. I'm just going by what I've been told by my other people that's already looked at it.
All right, that's kind of what we're seeing, but race control, I think this one is up in the air with race control, but if I was in charge, I'd say, man, that's a racing incident.
Yep.
So, all right, Tyler, well, hopefully you hold on to it, man. Nice job. Solid run from you, and a great fuel economy race to make it to the end.
Yep. Thanks, KR.
That is Tyler Miller, driver of the 24. Now let's move on to the driver who finished in second place. And Travis, you caught up with him.
I did. I got the 7 of Josh Milam right here with me. Josh, you got your ears on, man?
What's up, man?
Not too much. Just watching you guys race. Pretty crazy last bit of the race for you tonight. Obviously, you had a great stage 1, showing the veterancy of OP and almost getting that stage 1 win, losing out by a caution there right at the very end. You were fast all night, and then you got set back there at about lap 80, getting an EOL penalty, and you finished second. What did it take for you to go from the back of the pack to getting P2 here?
Man, I definitely had a good race. I think I got 2s all across the board tonight, which is awesome. But yeah, we got in some trouble there up front pushing. I think I was getting pushed from behind, kind of shoved me into the Logan there. We got a big mess, set me back. But yeah, I don't know if I was top 20 or 30th.
You were 31st on that lap 80 restart, yeah.
I know I was back there, and obviously the only hope I had to even have a chance was to get up high as soon as possible, hit that wall. I managed to get up high as soon as we crossed that finish line. Green flag came out, and had enough speed to pull me around up there on the wall. Had Brian Wang, I think, jump up behind me for a minute and kind of help me carry some momentum. But that's all it was holding that wall, trying to get up there, and then I made it up to the front. And we had some incident. I haven't reviewed that incident that between me and whoever that was. I don't even know who it was up front, where I kind of split the middle there. So not entirely sure what happened, but I got lucky. I kept a fairly clean car. I had some aero damage whenever it came to that last restart, and I managed to stay up front. I mean, said it was pure luck.
Well, sometimes that's all you need at the end of the race, but yeah, great job tonight, man. You were wicked fast all night. Always at a 08. It's kind of a normal thing for you to be pretty quick around here, but yeah, man, do you want to give any shout outs, thank yous, anybody out there?
Definitely shout out to you guys in the booth. I know you guys are awesome. I'm sure to go back and watch this one. All the fans out watching, all the drivers racing, the FSR guys. Shout out to Miller for getting him a win. I know he's struggling on points, and he's kind of desperate right now. So pretty pumped that he got that win for tonight.
All right, man. Thank you. Once again, great race. And we'll see you next week at the not bumpy Daytona.
Not bumpy Daytona. We'll see you, boys.
All right, there you have it. The not bumpy Daytona coming up next for Josh Milam, along with us. Now, we got one more driver to talk to. That is the driver of the 77, and that is David Booth. Mr. Booth, got your ears on, bud?
I can hear you.
Oh, man, you bring this one home in third place. That 77 rolled out in front in the later stages of this race and never fell behind. Nice job out there tonight.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that was my goal. I kind of caused that first wreck, when I gave Logan a bad bump. So I kind of felt bad about that. Gave myself an EOL, went to the back, and had to work my way all the way back up. And like you said, tried to stay up front. That was my goal. On that last accident, I just pushed right through it.
Well, there was a lot of big incidents here tonight. A lot of cars got caught up into it. but somehow this 77 and the big one at the end was able to squeeze through. What were you seeing going on out there?
Well, like I said, it's bumpy Daytona, right? So cars are moving around all over the place, and my car was moving around, and so it was hard to stay behind and stay lined up. But like I said, after that first accident, I just tried to stay out of the rest of them, and give myself a shot at the end.
Well, man, you end up on the third step of the podium. Nice job out there for that. Shout outs, thank yous that you'd like to give.
Well, of course, my teammates from Checker Flag, and also my wife and her business sponsors me, allows me to race. So, shout out to my wife's business. And other than that, you guys, of course, for broadcasting and, give us an opportunity to be seen and heard. So thank you very much.
All right, man. Well, nice job out there. Congratulations on that third place finish.
Thank you very much, KR.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, from Checkered Flag Motorsports, the 77 of David Booth. Final step of the podium. Travis, this one's in the books, man.
And it's gonna be a long writing about this race too. How many cars were involved in incidents and whatnot, but yeah, it was a fun one.
That it was. So with that being said, guys, we're gonna call it a night here. Hope you all stuck around and enjoyed the show from start to finish. If not, well, sorry. Better luck Wednesday night when I'm in the booth and Travis is on the track.
Yeah. Or just watch the replay of the race.
All right, guys, have a good night. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you either on Wednesday night or Monday night. But either way, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. So until then, y'all stay safe and have a good night.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.